Welcome back, friends, family, trolls, everybody else. So, I'm going to show you real quick why it is a good decision to learn how to lay wire, okay? Now, at the end of the day, okay, you can be the best welder, but it's all going to come down to speed also, okay? It's not just being the best, it's also about being the fastest, okay? The goal is to become very good at welding, and then once you master that, then you learn to become very fast at it, okay? And then with those combinations of being fast and very skilled at laying down a bead, you'll be untouchable, okay? Now, I lay wire 99% of the time because it's faster. I started out as a pipe welder, and that's what we do. We walk the cup a lot, and again, it's faster, right? If I was working a shutdown or something like that, and the plant would shut down, I had to fabricate and weld the pipe as fast as possible and get it installed so that this company can start up. And we didn't have time to sit there and just slowly dab these welds, okay? Again, the goal is, time is money, is to get the job done as fast as you can and to get it done right and to still make those beautiful welds, but in half the time, okay? Now, nothing wrong with dabbing, but again, it's gonna take you double the time, and you're not gonna be able to get it. It's not guaranteed consistency every time. With lay wire, 99.9% of the time, it's going to be consistent, the same, okay? It's just the way it is, the way that puddle travels. I will show you too, as speed. So I will dab this one out real quick. I'll throw some dabs down, and then I will do some lay wire. So, real quick, let's dab this one out here. Hey, see them little gold dabbies. Alright, it's hard to get it clear. Alright, now, again, you're never going to be able to get that consistent every time. You can be the best dabber in the world, and you're still not going to be able to get it consistent every time, okay? And if you're welding a position in some funky spot in a pipe rack, trust me, you're not going to be able to dab it, okay? There's times where you're in a pipe rack or you're welding your tie-in welds, which are always the worst welds, and you're barely going to be able to get your arm in there, okay? So you just need to be able to just get that metal there and then just wash it where you need to get it, okay? Now, I'll do one real quick, lay wire, okay? And also now, when I do lay wire, my cup can also rest. It's going to make it a lot easier for me. Right? So, let's rock and roll. Alright, now again, I lay down more wire. It's a wider weave, and I put down more filler, and if not the exact amount of time, or maybe even shorter of time, okay? You guys can be the judge of that. As you can see, they're both dimes, very pretty, alright? See that? Now again, if I do lay wire, that puddle will be consistent 100% every time. It's facts. Unless that filler comes out of the puddle, then you'll get a big dip in there. But it's still got to look pretty good, all right? So again, I'll do some dabs for you. right, some big old dabs, some big dabs, the top one. And now I'll do a wide weave for you. And that's the thing too, when you're doing lay wire, when you're keeping a consistent puddle moving, you can basically learn to maneuver that puddle and make different kinds of fancy weaves, wide steps, tight steps. When you're dabbing, you're not going to be able to do that, okay? You're going to have to do some crazy double dab or triple dab thing. If you got a wide weld, you're not going to be able to, what are you going to dab it 6 times? It's not very smart to do it that way. All right, I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot easier to learn to lay wire. Again, I'll do a nice fat wide weave for you, try to make it fancy for you. Remember, always gas the filler, gas your puddle. Woo! Some big old wide weaves on there for you. Look at them bad boys. This thing is cooking hot. Okay. So, again, the goal is to learn to lay wire. At the end of the day, it's going to be consistent almost every time, and it's going to be faster. So why wouldn't you want to learn to do it that way, okay? And not only faster and more consistent, it's going to be easier and almost guaranteed that you're going to have to do that in a tight spot, okay? So, any questions or anything about this stuff, about lay wire or any of that good stuff, you know what to do. Leave a comment, like, follow, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go.